Alright, this is episode 0 of this podcast idea I have going on. I don't really know what the podcast is going to be called or what I'm really going to be covering, but I feel like talking. That's actually might be a good name right there. I don't know. I don't know. But I guess I'll just go over who I am. I'm a guy that has a bajillion names because when I was but just a lad, I decided that I was gonna have a bajillion different names because I was not so sure about having one single name, and there was a lot of different names that I thought was cool at the moment. And I guess that meme kept going on and on ever since I was like, I don't know, 9, when I picked an email name. And I guess my first name was Flame. Yeah, I know. We were all there. We've all done that. We were but kids back in the day. I made a Neopet account. Was it Neopets first? I wasn't sure. Actually, I'm not sure. But it continued on. I was then the Strange Paladin, because that was I think it was Cartoon Network, where you couldn't make your own name. You had to select words from a checklist or a box, and I chose Strange Paladin Matt, and I was the Strange Paladin. I think that was my second name. Then there was Geodude. Right after that, it's a little blurry because it's been a while, but I do remember, like, with some of the earliest names I've had, and it was Flame, Strange Paladin Matt, and Geodude. Those are like the very old ones. And then I guess when I started playing Quake, I was Poliwhirl. Was really big into Quake. And then StarCraft. I believe I didn't have a name because I used my older brother's Blizzard account as well as his MapleStory account. So during that time, I was a pseudo version of him. I was his alter because when his friends would talk to him, they were talking to me sometimes. And so I had to, I guess, learn how to be my older brother for a bit. I made friends, and he had to learn how to be like me. Because his MapleStory account, as well as I believe his RuneScape account, and his BattleNet or Blizzard account was mine. But yeah, it was Zankoku, or Cruel Angel. Cringy stuff. But that's who I was. I was the Cruel Angel or a Strange Paladin. And it keeps going on. I could go on about my name. But right now, I guess I'm Pogo. To the majority of my friends, I am Pogo. Or Pogo. Stemming from my obsession when I was, but back when the Baroni days was going on, I was Ponygon. And then it shortened down to Pogo. I don't remember who shortened it. I think it was Pseudo. And thanks Pseudo for that. But yeah, so I usually go by Pogo. By the majority of my online friends. Very few of them refer to me as anything but Pogo. But on my Steam, I think right now I'm Nif, which is... Oh no, I'm LGG right now, which is Let's Get Good. And Nif was Nothing Is Funny. But yeah, I have a lot of different names. I really shouldn't. And I know a lot of people pride themselves on their online persona, but I have tons of them. I'm a very fickle person, but because I can't really up and decide my own name. I can't really decide my own podcast name either, because this is also just a spur of the moment kind of thing. I feel like I need to talk and say something. And so I'm doing that right now. I got my Del Taco. I got my iced coffee from Del Taco. I did not know they had iced coffee. It's probably why I'm doing this now, because I've got some Del Taco iced coffee. A little more about myself. I like anime. I've been playing the cello for well over a decade now. I play a lot of video games. I have a very addictive personality where I can play, if I get something new, if I play a game or watch an anime or something, and I like it, I'd immediately hone in on whatever that is. The video game or the anime or even a cartoon or a comic series, and I'll just go straight into it. I just go super hard as I possibly can. Most recently, I think it was I think it was Hololive. I think after that, I think there was some other fixations I've had. But the first thing that comes to mind is Hololive, where I know everything about all the Hololive memes and VTuber things. I bought Hololive merch. I have spent tons of dollars on figures, a calendar. Every morning I wake up and I see, what is it right now? Amelia Watson. And on the flippity flip, there's Sana. So when I wake up in the morning, I see Sana, but when I'm on my computer, I see Watson. And Watson is my favorite VTuber right now. I think I tune in to her stream the most. Other than my friends who are VTubers, of course, because I'm always trying to support them. Typhoon and Opie and VT I can't even remember her name. I say that I'm a bad friend. I'm a bad friend. I'll think of it next episode. But anyway, yeah, VTubers are currently my real big obsession, specifically Hololive. The card games as well. I've spent a considerable amount of cash on that. But yeah, I like to build Gundam. I have a ton of unfinished kits as well as finished kits. I like to sand them down, paint them, make them look weathered and whatnot. Spend maybe a couple grand every year on anime figures, because what else would I be spending it on? I should be saving for a car or a home, but I don't. I like to think I'm not a very interesting person to most people. I guess that is incorrect, because I live a very eccentric life when all I am is just a security guard or a security officer. Fairly recent though, but still. Yeah, like I'm not very good at explaining myself or selling myself on this podcast, or because I don't really know what I'm trying to say here. This is episode 0 for a podcast. I don't even know what the subject is going to be about. I was thinking anime, maybe video games, or maybe how I feel about certain political climates. I have a degree in U.S. history, and although I would say I'm like a centrist, I do have very radical ideas and radical views on certain subjects. Sometimes it's leaning left and sometimes it's leaning right. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be talking about. I just kind of want to talk, and that's mostly what this podcast is probably going to be about. Unless I get some guests and some friends, because I know they want to do something, and but they aren't really doing anything. That's another thing. I am a huge enabler for friends who want to do something. They want to cosplay. They want to start being a VTuber. They want to start streaming. I'm a huge enabler for those kinds of ideas and motivations. I try to motivate them to fulfill whatever aspirations they might have, and I'd give them a couple bucks as anonymously through my different names, because I have a bajillion accounts on literally everything. I really like seeing friends who do things, who want to do things, and I try to hype them up, like, yeah, do it. But I'm not very good at going through with ideas and doing things. A little while ago, I wanted to get into animation. Animation is very difficult. I'd get like maybe a minute in, and if anyone's an animator, they know 1 minute is a god. It's a long time. That's a very long time of animation. And I do, what did I do? I think I did like 20 frames a second, and it was tiring. And I didn't even put the characters in. It was just backgrounds moving. I'm not really an artist, and I'm not really good at sitting down for hours of time drawing unless I'm inebriated, and that's what I was, inebriated. But I didn't pick a good program to do this on, and I had lost it for the most part. I think I still have some of it, and it's really just like ruins moving through, like, using parallaxing, which if anyone's an animator, they can do that in like 5 seconds, whereas it took me a really long time to understand how everything goes, as well as like some stick figures moving. And I found out later that the stick figures didn't need to be drawn frame by frame. If anything, it was really awful that I had done that. Yeah, that's I have these like ideas that I want to do, and I never go all the way through with it, with the exception of like playing the cello as well as Gundam, because with Gundam, when I sit down, I have all the paints ready. I have my sandpaper. I have my nippers, my clips, snipper clips, my Gundam markers, and my glue, my special Tamiya putty as well. Is it Tamiya putty? I can't remember what it was, but anyway, when I have it all, and I sit down and I focus, I can see that the product done. And for many of my other creative projects, I don't see it being done. And I guess that's where I don't know, give up, when I just can't see the ending after working a few hours on it. Whereas Gunpla, I know how long it takes, because I've done it for almost my whole life, and I still love doing it. Whereas I'm playing the cello, like, I look at a song, and I'm like, oh, this is complicated, and I could just sit, but I know I can do it now. Like, I know how long I'm going to have to practice. I know which notes it's going to be hard. Like, if I'm trying to play some Bach song, or like some video game music song, and I have to write out the music. I have to, like, I don't have the music on paper in front of me, the sheet music, and I have to go by ear and slide through the notes, and I'm like, okay, this is this note, this is that note. I'm good at writing out music for playing it on my cello, and I don't know. There's some songs that like I have written out. I have a binder of music that I've written. Not like it's my music. It's like video game music and stuff that I've just by ear written. But yeah, like it takes, I don't know, somewhere between 2 to 3 hours. So it takes maybe 20 minutes for other people, but like especially people who have been playing as long as I have. But I played in middle school and high school, and that was it. I didn't really continue on to college or even continue on with classes or have a private tutor. I just kind of just played when I wanted to play and had fun with it. The biggest part of I guess the seeing the ending part is like if I can see the ending, I can almost do anything. Like the longest project I've ever had was a master grade Gundam. Master grades will take me 6 hours to build, 7 hours tops, and I know the ending. I can see the picture. I know the time frame. When I'm sitting down and I have the day, I like even take like I can do it. And every time I make any breaks or if anything goes incorrectly, it hurts. But I even planned out the breaks. I even planned out the accidentally breaking a piece, and I have to build a new piece now because of it. I formed the piece with the putty and the glue and the whatnot. It's a pain, but like I can do it. But then like even this podcast, I don't even know what the ending for this one is, so I might even get burned out on this. But like I guess I don't know. A lot of this I don't even know. I listen to podcasts. They have a structure, and I don't have a structure, so I feel like this is just gonna be dead in the water project. But I feel like talking, so that's what I'm going to do. And looking at the time, it's already 17 minutes, and it felt like 4 seconds. I really do lose track of time, though. Like, especially when I'm doing something that I kind of like doing. Because, like, when building with Gundam, like, if it's like it's a high grade, and it takes me, like, 3 hours to build, and, like, model, and paint and stuff, like, you know, that it's no time at all. And then I just I'm just happy about it. It's time I feel that was spent meaningfully, other than just like, I guess, like, I say meaningfully, but like I guess playing video games that serve no effect. I guess like League of Legends. I play an ARAM or a 5v5, and there goes an hour, there goes 3 hours. Nothing's changed. Nothing at all. Or if I play I don't know, pinball. I like pinball quite a bit. CS:GO, Smite, Balloons Tower Defense. Like, there's a lot of these games that I really like, but I feel kind of embarrassed after playing them because nothing's done. But like, that's another thing. Like, nothing's done, and like versus video games where I do it and I feel like something's done. Like a lot of gacha games, and they get me because of that. They feed on my need to have done something with dailies or ranking up a hero or like WoW or not MOBAs, MMOs. They really get me when when I've done something for 2 hours and there's a difference in my character, or there's visually something there. I guess I'm like a very visual kind of guy. Well, I don't know. Again, it's hard to explain myself and how I think, and I'm not as articulate as I might lead some people on to believe, especially on the internet when I'm only typing versus me speaking. And so, to some of my friends that are online, and this is the first time they're hearing my voice, hello, this is me. I say a lot to fill in the space because I'm looking at the audio and I see that there's a lot of downtime between me speaking versus me not speaking. But anyway, I don't know how long I'm gonna keep. Should I do a 30-minute, 20 minutes? So I listen to podcasts that are like an hour, so I don't know. I think a good 20-minute mini cast as I say mini cast, but a 20-minute audio thing of me speaking about episode 0 of this podcast that doesn't have a name should be okay. I'm gonna just continue rambling because I feel like rambling still, and I don't want to jump to episode 1 and it's just more rambling. This podcast, who's gonna be on it, what's it gonna be about? This podcast, I don't know. I kind of want to just talk, and my online friends will be my guests. Maybe I'll have a guest that's my IRL friend, or maybe I'll have a guest that are something else. I don't even know where I'm gonna post this. I might put it on YouTube. I don't even know. I have a bunch of YouTube channels, and I don't even know which channel I'm gonna be putting it on. I think I'm gonna put it on. I have Nothing is Funny. I have Let's Get Good. Maybe Let's Get Good. I don't. Maybe Nothing is Funny. Yeah, because I already have Coomcast. If you guys haven't listened to that, that's a little podcast that I thought I was going to do with my friends. And then I kept making more episodes. I asked my friends, hey, can I continue this podcast without you guys? And they're like, oh, it's fine. And I did. I continued on the podcast with a couple of other people who, after hearing it, like 4 or 6 months later, they were like, hey, please don't post the podcast. I've said some pretty awful things compared to what I usually say. And I think I took it overboard, etc., etc. They know who they are. If they're listening to this, they know who they are. They don't want me posting it, so I'm gonna respect their wishes and not post it. I also said some pretty radical things in that little podcast that I did with them. I did a few episodes that are very politically charged and ethically charged, religiously charged, comically charged. Anyway, so this podcast, I think I'm gonna probably continue on with, because there is a lot of things on my mind and I kind of want to talk about it. And I don't know how long I'm going to talk about it. It's probably going to be 20-minute episodes. I say that, but I'm not entirely certain. I don't know. Stupid, stinky podcast. I don't know who's going to listen to this. I know my friends are not going to listen to this. This is just going to go out into the void. And if it does that, I don't mind, because I don't really want people who listen to this as well as talk to me frequently, because I might say something not good. That's just because I guess during times where I just want to talk is the same time that I just want to write, because Oh, that's another thing. I like to write. I really do. Some people might know that, and most people probably don't know that. I really, really enjoy writing out just a nothing burger story. And I say nothing burger because it's like a fantasy slice of life of a world that I've created. Haha. And it's literally just a nothing sandwich writing, and I keep it to myself. And this is kind of like a podcast for myself as a proof that I am doing something that is kind of productive. I'll come back to this episode and see, oh look, it's an episode 0. Look, and then I just keep making more episodes and be like, oh, I'm on episode 25. Woo, woo, boo, 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 boo. I'm making something. I'm a content creator. I don't know. This is kind of exhausting now. I don't know. I'm feeling a little exhausted. I'm exhausted and not at the same time, because I want to talk about something. I don't know what. And if I just talk about random things, and I'll just ramble on and nothing. In the moment, I'll feel like nothing is done, but in the future, I guess I'll think that, oh, I did something. I don't know. I don't know how my own brain works. If I did, I would be doing something far more productive than sitting here making a podcast to no one. Or someone. Maybe I'll be very famous in the future, and everyone looks to episode 0 to make fun of me. That'll be a thing. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end the video right here. Oh, jeez, 27 minutes? I don't even know if I'm gonna listen to this. Jeez. Well, anyway, over and out.